Hello everyone, I decided to make a quick video on the changes that I've recently made within our ticketing system, specifically for our guest alert file system tickets, as well as a specific response into specific situations from the customer. So I'm just here within our dev environment creating this example. And so what you'll end up doing is after you've filled in everything, you can fill in the subject line if you have it where it's pre-filled, or you can copy from your notes. If you don't, that's perfectly fine, because I'll show you why here in a second. Is now within the pre-made drop-down, you'll see that there is a new option available. It's alert for guest system files above 90%. Once you select that option, you'll see that within it, it provides the approved subject line. So what you'll end up doing is just you can cut it immediately from there, paste it directly into the subject line, go ahead and grab the service ID and append it to the subject line, and then the next thing that you need to do is just get rid of all that unnecessary white space. And then just like in my email that I sent to you earlier in the week, you would just go and update the variables within this update and make the necessary changes. One thing that you need to keep in mind is it may look atrocious right now, but you need to keep everything squished together like this in your update. So we'll just go through and make the necessary changes to the drive letter. In this case, it's going to be the A drive, and we'll make it that change on both lines here. Go ahead and add in the percentage, and our imaginary drive percentage is going to be 98%. And then we'll go and do the needed formatting that we pointed out in my email, which would be highlighting the drive letters in bold, as well as the percentage. And then what you'll end up doing is just highlighting this variable, and it's going to change it to what the ISBN service ID is. The last thing would be is at the asterisk in that last line is just formatted in red. Once you've made all the necessary format and variable changes, you'll just go ahead and proceed as normal. Set your auto close for 24 hours after the time of creation. Set your priority to auto close. Our dev environment does not have that option. Go ahead and assign the appropriate primary and secondary, and selecting the ticket type that for the disk resource usage. Once you've confirmed that everything is configured the way it needs to be, go ahead and submit that ticket, release it, and click I got it. Once you've done so, you can scroll down and see below. That is weird. I don't know why it did that, but you can see where down here below that it added in some appealing white space to what was once squished all together. And a perfect example of that is you'll see here within the email that the customer gets is they get that added white space as well. So this is exactly how the customer sees when the email that they get when a new ticket is created by us. And so in regards to these in specific, we always dread getting these updates. Please add 20 gigs to a drive. And so, say for instance this is coming from the customer. So if we release the ticket and go back into the ticket, the customer is requested to add 20 gigs to the A drive in question. Now what we're going to be doing moving forward is if we receive this alert outside of normal business hours. Now normal business hours is from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard or Daylight Time, Monday through Friday. If we receive this update outside of those hours, what you'll end up using is this new canned response. So within the drop down menu, you'll go to after hour response, disk drive alerts. And just like before with the other update, get rid of the unnecessary amount of white space. And then what we have here is our canned response for these specific types of updates. And the only thing that you would need to do formatting wise is from the asterisk to next course of action, just highlight that in red. Once you've done that, process the ticket as normal, customer deferred, post reply. Now this update, as it is stating is we have acknowledged their request for service and you have forwarded their request to our infrastructure group for evaluation. And then it's going to detail our hours of operation again. Our infrastructure group hours of operation are Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Daylight Time, and we'll evaluate their request at that time. However, if the customer feels that they require immediate assistance from a member of our infrastructure group, what they would need to do is log into the portal through the online portal or through the app and escalate this ticket. And in doing so, they are accepting the terms that an after-hour fee will be applied to process their request. And so, if they go and escalate the ticket, then we will process the request at that time, even if it is after hours. Otherwise, we are going to be holding this ticket until a member of the infrastructure group processes their request during normal hours. And with that being said, it is whoever is at desk during business hours the following day to make sure that infrastructure group gets this request processed that next day, because it's not unheard of that us in infrastructure group would get busy and forget about these requests being made by the customer. So it is the responsibility of whoever is at desk to make sure and follow up with us that this request is going to be fulfilled that following business day. Otherwise, we will wait for an update. You just need to wait for an update from us, and we'll let you know when it's done. Now, another little change that has been made is to status updates. Again, you just need to get rid of the little white space at the beginning and then just leave all the spacing as you see fit. And then from here, you just go in and copy paste whatever your trouble summary is, current status, and your next course of update. And then they would receive a decently formatted update from us that is consistent between all shifts and with all updates. And an example of that is just like you see here in TicketSys. This is an example of the email that the customer would receive as well, where everything is just nicely spaced and is formatted in a pleasing and professional way. Now, if you have any questions or concern about any of these changes, please let me know. Otherwise, have yourself a good day.